Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Where was the exit? Here is the exit. There are some trees, there is Wolfie sitting on some sand, there's my workbench, which I broke but failed to pick up. What don't I need? Iron chest plate, so long. Woof, I still haven't picked up the bench. There it is. Whole bunch of miscellaneous sticks. Miscellany. Let's cover it. Oh, I had a whole bunch of cobblestone here. Get out of my inventory. You are unwanted. Let's do that. How was Wolfie doing on the health? Okay, well, I guess I can free up another inventory spot. I keep forgetting to use this colored wool. But anyway, I'm distracted. Let's go. Let's go west in this direction. Ooh. Oh. Why, hello there, spawning mountainous region. You look like you're going to be a pain in the ass to traverse with Wolfie. But I guess we'll try, and we're continuing to the Farlands. And I'm very happy to report that we're even up another 1% in our Child's Play charity fundraiser. We're up to 22% of our goal, $6,505 so far, so that's amazing. I really appreciate you guys dealing with the fact that I can sometimes not speak. But more so, I appreciate you guys continuing contributing, even after we've passed this 20% milestone. Speaking of which, I just picked up some food at the local pet food store, you know, just Petco or PetSmart, which one, you can never tell the difference. They're both the same. But yeah, I picked up some food, so I'll be recording how beautiful, what a beautiful little water feature. Although, oh, it's all going into this one block. Hello. Oh god, don't go down there. Huh, yeah, that's weird. That's probably why it's not flowing, like, all out here. Nah, go on up, Wolfie. Check out where it's coming from. But yeah, so I'll be recording the Let's Feed My Box Turtle Speedy. Let's Feed Speedy thing soon, and I'll have that up as the 20% celebration. Inconspicuous pumpkins. So yeah, look forward to that. I really appreciate it. And I forgot to do this the last few episodes, so they've kind of piled up, so apologies for the long list, but I would like to thank a few handfuls of people who gave to the Farlands or Bust tip jar, which is always appreciated and helpful, although, as I always say, I recommend, nay, I require you to first give to the Child's Play charity fundraiser before you consider giving to the old tip jar. So I do want to thank Josh, who would like to give a shout out to his friend Matt from Sydney. Shout out! Patrick, Dodplas, Riley, Bo, the face of Bo, perhaps. No, Bo, Ninjun, I believe is how you say that, and he in particular wants a t-shirt with the Wolfie seal of approval. So I've got that request a couple times, so I might need to do that. That was a few episodes ago where Wolfie got an official seal of approval, so I'll have to do that. A very generous tip from someone who wishes to remain anonymous. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous Person. John, Dave, Jason, Chris, Alex, and a different Bo. I think that's kind of neat. I don't know how frequent of a name that is, but to have two different people, entirely different people named Bo, who watch Farlands or Bust. Hello to the both of you. See what I did there? Both. Anyway. And finally, Marius, for your very generous tips, contributions that help, that goes directly, I just keep that in the PayPal account to go directly to improving the channel, or, setting up other things such as the t-shirt store I needed that for, and, I use that to build the new computer, and I'll continue to upgrade the system and capabilities and frequency of the videos, so I really appreciate it. And actually, a few of those last ones on the list gave to the tip jar in an effort to convince me to go to the NASA tweet-up, the NASA social. of the SpaceX launch that I talked about in the last episode. And for that, and for all of the outpouring of support in the last episode telling me to do so, I am happy to announce that I have confirmed my attendance for the SpaceX launch NASA social event that is happening April 29th and 30th. And that's actually happening, I guess I didn't make it entirely clear, some of you were confused, but that's happening at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. So right, the same place they launch the space shuttles and things, that's where they're going to be launching the SpaceX Dragon capsule and Falcon 9, I believe it's called. So yeah, heading on to Florida at the end of the month. So yeah, I've already got the flight and car. I'm still looking at hotels. So yeah, I'll be going for that weekend there, just a few days. And so look forward to my coverage from that. I'm really excited. It's one of those things, it's I tried to get into every single NASA tweet up for each of the space shuttle launches, and the closest I got was the last launch, STS-135. I got on the wait list. But I guess that was a popular one, so nobody canceled their plans. So I unfortunately was unable to attend any of those. But now I've done the Juno launch NASA tweet up, which was awesome, and now I'll be going back for SpaceX, the commercial launch. So I'm looking forward to it. Indeed. So yeah, that's happening. And unrelated to any of this, but it just happened to time out perfectly, is I don't know if you guys remember, who have been with me for a while. It's a while ago, last year even, I think, last fall, I was talking about how my cell phone is still a dumb phone, I guess you could call it, just a flip phone, just a standard phone. I never even used it as a phone. I don't text. You know me, I personally have a little bit of a phone phobia. There's a technical term for it, but I don't know what that is. So, out of the way. Gosh, all these sticks. I gotta start. Maybe I should make torches. I'll make some torches. Out of my inventory, sticks. Or stick. Why did that one not turn into a... Oh, okay. This isn't... this is still beta 1.7.3, so the shift clicking doesn't fill your inventory with whatever item you're crafting. But yeah, what was I saying? So I don't use the phone that much, but I for the longest time have just had that dumb phone. So I have some more interesting news that my contract was up, and the reason I was talking about it at the beginning of the fall last year is I wanted to upgrade, but they wouldn't let me because it was too soon in my contract. Well, my contract was up for renewal, so I finally have joined the rest of everybody in the 21st century and got a smartphone. I went with an Android, the Samsung Galaxy S2, which, yes, I know they're planning on coming out with the S3 soon, but my carrier doesn't get phones as soon as possible, so they just right now got the S2, so I grabbed it. So you can usually, and plus you never want to get the latest and the greatest because then you're paying through the nose. But so far, the last few days that I've had it, I'm really happy with it, and coincidentally, it should help me to have better coverage and more connectivity while I'm in Florida at Kennedy Space Center. I know the last NASA tweet up I went to, I was just kind of stuck with either when I was staying put with my laptop, I was able to tweet and share things, or when I was back at the hotel with the Wi-Fi, I was able to share things. So now I should be able to tweet and share photos and maybe even videos. It records 1080p, so maybe I'll use this as my video recording device. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, that way I don't need some sort of separate flip cam or have to rely on kind of the shoddy quality of my point-and-shoot camera for video like I did last time. So, yeah, I'm excited. That is turning over a new leaf. Whoa, it's still going. Pretty cool. I like to do that. It's something that I do. But yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, that'll definitely help out with the trip. I guess I'm making my elevated hidey hole up here. Boop, boop, boop. And boop. And a boop. And boop. Oh, I already got my bed. All right, so yes, a lot of good news all around today. Good news. Indeed, Wolfie, right? Ah, correct. That got the Wolfie seal of approval. There's the moon. It's coming up, so let's take a nap. And awakeness. Oh, careful, Wolfiness. And continuing onness. Let's see, so there's that. I guess I can go off on a tangent. A little bit of a rant that I could go on right now. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you might have heard me speak of it last night, but yes, this is time for a Ranting Like a Madman with KurtJMac. I would like to talk about airline prices. What's the deal with the airline prices? No, and this is actually, I was actually kind of lucked out with the going to Florida. I've had better prices, but at least it wasn't like $400 each way. But I've already bought those tickets, but I'm also looking at tickets and have been shopping around because I mentioned before I'm planning on heading to the Southwest for the transit of Venus in June. I need some boats. Oh, hey, get back here. You know, that's in June, so it's a few months off, and I just don't understand the game that you have to play with airlines in order to get a good price on an airline ticket, you know? It's like there's like some weird algorithm that people have to try to figure out. It's like, like playing the lottery. Like, ooh, you could buy it now and get this price, but next week they might go down lower, and at Tuesday at 2 a.m. for like 30 minutes, they might be half of what you paid for, and you'll never know. Or you could wait to see if it'll do that, if the prices will drop, but they'll skyrocket, and you'll be screwed either way. And it's like, I don't understand it. Like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I know, actually, I understand why they do it, because they make money, you know, whoa, that was Wolfie. You know, they make people speculate and get people worried, and then the people who are desperate enough will pay a lot of money. And then they end up, I've had this happen a couple times where you're at the airport, you know, waiting to board the plane, and they're like, well, we've overbooked by like 4 seats, and it's like, how do you overbook a plane? They have like a set number of seats, don't they? You can't, okay, there's 200 seats, why did you sell 204 tickets? You know, so they are gambling as much as I guess you are, but the house always wins. But it's just frustrating because I'm sitting here watching the prices for June. You know, back in like March, there was a good price, but it's like, well, this is way too early. I shouldn't buy these now. I'm still not even sure what's going on, what the plans are. So, but they've been high ever since, and geez, it's just. And then you got the websites like Bing Travel and Kayak and stuff have their kind of prediction things. We're like, oh, well, the prices are pretty high now. We say we're about 60% sure that you should wait and the prices will drop. And you know, people always say, oh, buy on Tuesdays after midnight because that's when airlines reset their computers, and that's been proven false over and over again, and it's just really annoying. It's just one of those things. I honestly would be happy paying a little bit more if, like, they said, okay, this flight at this time is this price for everybody, period. This is the price, you know, of the ticket. You know, a set price. And I'd be like, okay, that's what I'll have to pay then. You know, it's not like, oh, but if I don't do this now, maybe I should wait and then I could pay less, or maybe this is actually more than I should be paying, or it's just a really crappy game, and it's just one of those things. It's like, I know the airline industry is kind of in the crapper now. Maybe they should start to consider alternate methods of business if, you know, you're already pissed off before you've even gotten to the airport because you're not sure about the price at which you should be buying your plane ticket. So, I don't know. That, to me, doesn't seem like great customer service, but, and all the airlines do it, but, you know, it's, they're making a lot of money from it, so they're not going to change their ways. It's very annoying. Very annoying. It's just, you know, that is the technical term, which actually that signifies the end of ranting time with KurtJMac, or whatever I called it before. But yeah, indeed. But anyway, I guess I'll keep an eye on that and let you know how much money I overpay for my tickets in June. But yeah, I'm more excited and focused on the end of April from Saturday, it's going to be a week. That just, came out of the blue. That's crazy. And, I'm really glad that you guys are excited about it, and I'll certainly try to keep you guys abreast and informed as to what's going on. Like I said, this new phone should allow me to be a little bit more real-time with my updates and pictures. So, hooray for technology and NASA and spaceflight and etc. Yes. So where are we at? About noon on the second day. I suppose I could cut down more trees. I'm going to wait a little bit until the sun gets lower so I can actually set down the workbench and get a little setup going. Right, Wolfie? Well, yeah, he barked before I had a chance. So yeah. Well, I guess I can answer a question. I'm not sure. I received this as a personal message. That pig was walking on that other pig. Pigception. It's hard for me to keep up with personal messages on YouTube, but I'll sometimes find something that catches my eye and use it as a question, an answer time here on Farlands or Bust. This seems suspicious. I'll leave this person anonymous. They didn't say to, but just the subject matter, I'll keep them anonymous. They asked, Kurt, how did you overcome your introversion? If you're still struggling with your shyness, do you have any tips that you could give to me? He goes on because I'm shy and la la la. But I wouldn't say I overcame it. And there's a difference between shyness or social anxiety and introversion. I think I went from definitely all through high school, growing up, and college, and even now I have, like I mentioned, I really hate talking on the phone and things like that. That is kind of a social anxiety, a shyness. What I think I've done, quote unquote, to overcome it is I've just kind of accepted it as it's not like a problem. I'm not missing out on anything by not being so outgoing and chatty and friendly and things like that. It's just a preference. Like I was saying, it's like if you like watching football or not, or you don't like a certain type of cheese. So that was a weird analogy, but it's all through high school and stuff. I had the opposite, where I need to kind of be friendly with people, and this is the way the world works. And school in general is kind of a situation where you're forced into that, and they don't really respect the fact that some people might not like working in groups or being crammed in a hallway with 1,000 other kids your age. So it depends on your situation, but the fact that I've read up on it and now I've been able to attach this label to it as being introverted, it's more of a choice thing. It's more, I don't mind having friends or talking to people, but it really wears me out, and I actually prefer either doing things on my own or in smaller, groups of, one-on-one or, 2 or 3 people at the most. I can still do my best to be with bigger groups or more social events, such as the NASA social thing or a NASA tweet up, but I don't have to force myself to be somebody I'm not by trying not to be shy or being an extrovert or anything like that. And I do recognize that, after those events, or even things like after the ultra hardcore recording where we're doing teams, I have a lot of fun doing that. Those are all great guys I'm working with. You guys notice that I'm pretty quiet compared to everybody else, but I also recognize that after we're done recording those, I am exhausted, more so than after recording just a single-player thing, and I think it's just because that's my introversion, my mentality can't handle that for as long a period of time. So I can recognize that's not a problem. This looks like this is a pre-made hidey hole over here. What's going on? Suspicious stories, suspicious. Oh, this is creeping me out, actually. Have I been walking in circles again? No. Okay. Well, found a hidey hole. Yep. That's weird. Hello? Anybody home? But yeah, I would, I guess, as advice, I mean, if you do have like an actual, a chronic shyness or a social anxiety that actually causes big problems, if you start having like panic attacks and stuff like that, that it might be a good idea to either address it like that or even see somebody about that, because there are certain things that can be done to help that out. Or if it's just kind of a mild thing and something maybe you could recognize and just kind of accept it as, okay, this is the way things are. There's nothing wrong with being shy or introverted. A lot of very big personalities are introverted and things like that. Like, Einstein is very introverted. Even actors, you say, oh, how can an actor be introverted? But look at like, I'm forgetting all their names now. Dang nabbit. Who's introverted? Harrison Ford is very introverted. You ever see any of his interviews on late night shows and stuff like that? And he's very quiet. He rarely does interviews. He's an excellent actor. A whole bunch of actors. They say a lot of actors are introverted. That's, doing acting is kind of their way to break out of their shell and be somebody else. So, it's just something that if you convince yourself that you can accept it, and it totally is acceptable, maybe society doesn't make it seem like it's acceptable, but if you don't have a problem with it, if it doesn't impact your life negatively too much, then you too can overcome your introversion like KurtJMac. No, but yeah, I hope that kind of answered that question. What else can I do here? I already have a boat, got a bed, this bed and bread. Too many shears. Yeah, I think I'm all set here. Woof, Wolfie agrees. The fact that I'm all set has gotten the Wolfie seal of approval. So yeah, certainly thanks for watching this episode. I think I saw a creeper out there, so I'm going to quickly close the door. Yoink. And keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to our Child's Play charity fundraiser. And I will get that 20% milestone video up as soon as possible. And yeah, thank you all for all your support and encouragement to be doing this NASA social thing. Now that I've committed and I'm definitely going, I'm very excited about it, and I'm excited to be able to share all this, my passion for space exploration and NASA with you guys, all my subscribers and Twitter followers and Facebook friends and etc. etc. So yeah, there's that. I talked about that, looking down my list. And I guess this is episode 140 of Far Lands or Bust. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.